Hey, what's up guys, welcome to my channel TechnoSam and I am Sam, and today we are going to learn how to make these kinds of pictures. Like, these are known as double exposure kind of pictures, and today we will learn how to make this in Photoshop. So without further delay, let's get started. So guys, as I have told you, today we will learn how to make double exposure pictures, and all the pictures that I will show you in this video will be linked down in the description. So if you want to follow along, you can download them and follow along with me. So let's take a new document by hitting Ctrl N, and let's take 1024 by 1024 resolution. Let's take 72 and hit OK. Now this is what we have created, and now let's drag and drop the images. First we will drag the portrait image, which will look kind of this, and then we will adjust it a little bit. Let's adjust it, let's make it large. First we will convert this into a smart object, and then increase it a little bit in size. Now this is what it looks. This is how we want it to be. Now let's make a copy of this layer by hitting Ctrl or Command J, and now then rasterize this layer. Now what we will do is that we will select the whole portrait and we'll create a mask around it. So let's see how does it looks. Let's create a mask. No, let's first select the background, and we will do it by hitting the quick selection tool. So now let's select the background first. And there is a very rough selection of the background of the image, and let's hit here select and mask. Whenever you tap select and mask, a whole new window will appear, and this is where you can do further edits. I will choose this brush. This is known as the refine edge brush tool. So we will choose this. This brush is used to select the hairs extremely minutely. So let's take this and just paint over the edges of the hair, and it will do its work automatically. Go like this. As you can see, it's a very CPU intensive work, so it will take some time. And now let's select this portion. This portion is actually the junction between her neck and the hair, so we have to select this portion minutely. So yeah, so this is what we have selected. Now let's click OK. Now as you can see, the selection is done like this, and we will hit the mask button, and that's it. The mask is now created. Let me turn off this layer, and as you can see, this mask is actually a positive mask. That means the area we selected is actually there, and the area we had not selected is actually not there. So let's do one thing. Let's click the mask button and press Ctrl or Command I. And now as you can see, this is exactly what we wanted. Look how precise the selection is. Her hairs are way more accurate than just normal quick selection tool. Also, this portion is way more accurate. So this is what we wanted. Also, now we will do one thing. We will make copy of this layer and then turn off this layer simply like that. So what we will do is that we will now drag and drop the image of the scenery that we already downloaded here. Let's do that. And now we drag and drop this image. Let's turn off this layer for now, and this is how it looks. Let's adjust this layer a little bit. Yeah, so this is what we wanted. Also, now let's turn on this layer, and now let's reduce the opacity to see where the junction of the forest and her head will collide. So now let's adjust this a little bit. I want the junction to be here. So now, yeah, it's now done. This is what I wanted. So what will I do is that I will simply take this layer. I will simply take this layer, the scenery layer, above the mask layer, the first duplicate of the mask layer, and now adjust it by doing clipping mask. And now as you can see, it is there. And let's increase the opacity like before. So this is what we have created now. Also now adjust this a little bit. Yeah. So this is what we wanted. Now let's turn on this layer and see how it looks. Also, whenever you make this layer is that we want a copy of this layer just to keep a backup, and now turning off the previous layer. So what we want is now that we want certain spaces of his face and his body to become less opaque, so that we can see the underlying layer, kinda like what we showed here. We want to make this kind of thing. So let's click on the mask button and take the brush. Now remember that while taking a brush, take a soft brush. Right click on the canvas to select a soft brush and now hit enter. So as you can see, the soft brush is now chosen. So now take the foreground color as black and now simply paint over it. Keep the opacity at 100% and now let's paint over it. And you see what is happening? It's like magic. And now also let's reduce the opacity a little bit. Whenever you will change the strokes from this position to this position, you will keep decreasing the opacity. So now let's make it to 80% and let's do the same thing. Yeah. Now let's make it to 60%. Let's do the same thing. Yeah. And let's move it down to 40% and let's do the same thing here. I don't want exactly his face to get rubbed, so I will leave some portion of his face, but I will also rub some portion of his face. So it will be a middle ground between these two portions. Now let's move it like this. Let's do it like this. And as you can see, it's becoming a very good thing. So what we wanted is right like this. So now we will take the layer to top, this layer, the layer which we initially turned off, we will take that layer to top, make it on and reduce the opacity. Yeah. So what we can do is that we reduce the opacity. Also, if you have rubbed something extra, you can simply tap X on your keyboard by taking it to a mask layer and you can simply paint over it again. Mine is okay, so I won't show you. So what is the concept of main mask? Layer mask is the concept of wherever you will paint with black, those portions will hide, and wherever you will paint with white, those portions will show up. So that's the main concept of layer mask. And what is the main concept of clipping mask? Let's turn off all these layers. Main concept of clipping mask is that wherever you will do the clipping mask, that layer which is having the clipping mask, this small arrow is actually a symbol of clipping mask. That particular layer will only affect or only be visible the portion where the underlying layer is visible. That means this portion is only visible in this white region. The only her face is visible, not the background. So when we apply the clipping mask, only the scenery inside his face is actually visible. Let me just release the clipping mask once again. And now as you can see, everything is visible. Now let's make the clipping mask once more and let's see. Also, you can remember that you can do the clipping mask by simply holding Alt or Option key, and just by hitting the line between these two layers, that is this line. You can simply do that by holding Alt or Option key to toggle between releasing clipping mask and applying clipping mask. See, that's how it goes. So that's it. And now let's do it. Let's reduce this opacity. Now increase it a little bit. 15% looks kind of okay for me. Now one last thing that we will do is that these double exposure pictures won't look good when it is colored. So what we will do is that we will make this whole artwork into a black and white picture. So let's do it. Hue saturation, And now let's reduce the saturation to 0%. And now as you can see, it's completely black and white. So this is how the complete double exposure thing looks like. There is a small line which is not selected properly, so I can simply hide it by creating a new layer. Taking the foreground color as white, press on this layer and then press again on this layer. Yeah, so that's it for today guys. I hope you guys have liked this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel, and all the images used in this artwork as well as the finished PSD will be linked down below in the description, so that you guys can download it and learn it by yourself. And also if you make something by your own, then don't forget to upload it to Instagram and tag me at technosam2000, and I will surely have a look at your designs. Also, if you have any queries, do let me know in the comments below. And till then, be creative. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care.